would love to just start out with the basics. So for the brand new writer who has no idea how to even find a literary agent online or engage with them at all, where do you recommend that they start out?
I think subscribing to the Publishers Marketplace free weekly deal roundup is like an amazing place to start, because that kind of aggregates all the new deals that are being done from agent to editor and publishing house. And you can kind of just see there in this very accessible list, who's selling literary fiction, who's selling nonfiction, who's selling middle grade or children's books or whatever it is. And you see the names, you see the companies they work for, you see the kind of places that they're selling to. And I feel like after a while, if you start tracking, specific individuals or specific imprints, patterns are going to start to emerge, and you're going to start to see the same players, because it's not a huge industry, especially on our side of it, and especially on the adult side of it. So you're going to start seeing the same names. So maybe creating a database for yourself, with, oh, I see this person keeps selling this kind of book. Maybe there's someone I should target. Another great resource is the AAR, which is the Association of Authors Representatives. They're going to be rebranding to a different name that I can't think of off the top of my head. But basically, it's the Guild of Literary Agents. And we all sign a canon of ethics that speaks to money and that speaks to the transparency with which we deal with our clients. And that's a great way to sort of get a sense of like who is in this community and who's sort of practicing by whatever set of bylaws there. So, and then they have a database too on their website of who's looking for what. It can be good to browse. Poets and Writers is also great. They have a database, and they check in pretty frequently, at least with me, about, am I still looking for this? Am I still looking for that? So they keep it pretty up to date.
Okay, wonderful. That's actually very, very helpful. And the Poets and Writers, that's the Poets and Writers Society?
Just the publication Poets and Writers.
Poets and Writers, okay.
Yeah, and they do a physical edition, I think once a year, where they just have like a whole section of 20 or 30 pages of just like new agents and updated agents, depending on who's moved around, and then they sort of keep that together on their website as well.
How is it that you recommend they look at an agent and know whether or not he or she is legitimate, or also if they're a good fit? Is there any red flags that come to mind?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think if you start seeing deals done by this person in your weekly email blast, you get a sense that they're like actually doing the work. I think a lot of people in this day and age kind of fashion themselves as like publishing consultants. That doesn't necessarily mean they're doing the work of actually submitting manuscripts to publishing houses and having success doing that. So do be careful of the kind of people that don't necessarily seem to have like a public track record of books being sold. And then in 2020 here, Twitter and social media is a great way to engage with agents and their clients. I think most of the content that I put out there is mostly just amplifying the work that my amazing clients are doing and the books they have coming out. So if you start researching an agent and you see, oh, this person had 4 different books come out this summer, like behind me are all the books facing out that have come out from my clients this summer, you'll see that, oh, this person's doing the work. This sounds like a thriller that is similar to mine, or this sounds like a nonfiction thing that's similar to mine. That's the kind of thing that you can, make a little note of and say, oh, when I reach out to this person, I'm definitely going to mention that because it seems like we have a similar sensibility.
That's a really good point. So that's how you'd recommend they check if it's the right fit, is based on the other work that they're putting out.
Yeah, I mean, put in the research. A lot of agents, especially younger agents like myself, take the time to do interviews and videos and Q&As and stuff like that, so we can make it very clear the kind of stuff we are looking for. Put the kind of time into researching the agents you're querying as you did writing and revising your book. It only takes a few minutes to Google somebody and read a couple interviews that they did or track down their social media.